You want cafe-level espresso at home without burning your wallet, so let's stack these machines from pretty good all the way up to, wow, this is staying on my counter forever. Stick around because as I climb from number 6 to number 1, the machines get more powerful, more hands-on, and honestly, way more fun if you care about how your espresso actually tastes. 6. Nespresso Vertuo Next Coffee and Espresso Maker by DeLonghi. Let's start with the Vertuo Next because, yeah, it's convenient, but it's not the machine for someone who really wants to learn espresso. This thing is basically the espresso printer of the coffee world. Drop in a pod, hit one button, and in about 15 to 20 seconds, it's heating up and pouring you a rich, crema-heavy shot or a bigger coffee, depending on the capsule size. The barcode system on the pods tells the machine exactly how to brew each capsule, so you don't have to think about pressure, temperature, or timing at all. It's smooth, it's consistent, and for busy mornings, that's honestly pretty addictive. Here's what matters though: flavor and control. The Vertuo system gives you great crema and a surprisingly full-bodied cup for a pod machine, especially if you like darker, more intense roasts. You pop in the pod, it spins at high speed, and the machine auto-adjusts everything. That's great if you just want something that works, but if you're the type who wants to dial in grind size, shot time, and all that nerdy espresso stuff, there's nothing for you to touch here. It's all locked behind the capsule design. Now, to be fair, the everyday usability is solid. The water tank is removable, there's an automatic power off, a descaling reminder, and the used capsule gets ejected automatically into a bin, which keeps things tidy. Heat up time is quick, and with the Arancino frother bundle, you can whip up lattes and cappuccinos without dealing with a steam wand learning curve. 5. DeLonghi Stilosa Manual Espresso Machine. Moving into real espresso territory, the DeLonghi Stilosa is the budget-friendly gateway drug into manual espresso. It's compact, it heats up fast, and that 15-bar pump can absolutely pull a legit shot when you give it good coffee and a half-decent grind. This is the kind of machine where you actually feel like you're making something, not just pressing a button. You lock in the portafilter, flip the selector, and you can watch the shot start blonding if you pull it too long. When you get it right, the Stilosa can produce espresso with decent crema and a surprisingly rich flavor for the price. It has a stainless steel boiler for stable temperature, and it's small enough to live in a tiny kitchen without taking over the counter. For cappuccinos and lattes, it includes a manual steam wand, so you can start practicing frothing milk and, pretending you're that barista you stare at every morning. With a bit of patience, you can absolutely get drinkable and even impressive results out of this thing. Now, here's where the cheap part shows itself. The machine is pretty unforgiving if your grind or tamp is off. If your grind is too coarse or your tamp is inconsistent, the shots can swing between watery and bitter really quickly. You don't have the temperature and pressure stability of high-end machines, so if you're not paying attention, you'll taste it. 4. Neretva 15 to 20 bar espresso coffee machine. Now we're stepping into machines that feel like they belong in a real espresso conversation, and the Neretva 15 to 20 bar is kind of that surprise overachiever. The first thing you notice is the stainless steel look and the compact footprint. It doesn't dominate your kitchen, but it looks like it means business. Under the hood, you've got a 20-bar pump, a 1.3-liter removable water tank, and a setup that lets you pull single or double shots with a proper portafilter. In use, this thing pulls strong, well-extracted espresso when you dial in your grind. You get good body, a respectable crema, and enough pressure behind the shot that it doesn't feel weak or thin. For a budget machine, that's huge. The top doubles as a cup warmer so you can preheat your mugs, which keeps the drink hot and makes a real difference in how your espresso feels when you sip it. It's a small detail, but once you get used to it, cold cups feel wrong. The steam wand is where the Neretva really starts becoming fun. You can froth milk for cappuccinos and lattes with enough power to get creamy foam instead of big, soapy bubbles. Once you get the angle right, you can pull off decent microfoam and start playing with latte art. Cleanup is straightforward. Detachable water tank, removable drip tray, and a design that doesn't trap grime in weird corners. It's very use it, rinse it, done. 3. DeLonghi Classic Espresso Machine. The DeLonghi Classic is kind of the everyday workhorse here. It's built to be used regularly, not just once in a while on weekends. You get a solid pump, a clear pressure gauge, and a layout that lets you lock in your routine. Grind, tamp, lock, press, watch the gauge, and let it auto-stop the shot unless you want to override it. The shots out of this machine are surprisingly good for the price class. Once you dial in your grind and dose, you can get consistent, bold espresso with good crema and a real coffee shop feel. The thermoblock heating system brings it up to temp quickly and keeps drinks at a satisfying temperature without scorching them. You're not waiting ages between shots, and you're not dealing with lukewarm espresso, which is a big win. The user experience is also a step up. Setup is straightforward, buttons are clearly marked, and cleaning is easy. You got a removable drip tray, decent clearance for mugs, and even hot water on demand if you want Americanos or tea. The milk frother is adjustable, so you can go between just hot milk and proper cappuccino foam. And once you get used to it, you can pull off really nice cappuccinos and lattes at home. It's not all roses, of course. The included scoop/camper combo is pretty flimsy, and honestly, you'll probably want to replace it with a real tamper to get consistent results. 2 is SHARDOR Espresso Machine 20 bar. The SHARDOR is basically what happens when someone says, all right, what if we give people serious pressure, quick heat, and some modern quality of life features? You're looking at a 20 bar pump, a 1350 watt thermoblock system, and really fast heat up. We're talking roughly half a minute to being ready to pull a shot. The coffee quality is the headline here. This thing pulls rich, full-bodied espresso with a thick, satisfying crema when you feed it good beans. You can taste the difference in how it extracts. The shots feel dense, smooth, and balanced instead of sharp or watery. Try different beans in it, and you start to notice how well it carries distinct flavors. You're not just getting strong coffee, you're getting proper espresso that actually does your beans justice. The steam wand on the SHARDOR is honestly a high point. It has enough power to create velvety, fine-textured milk foam, which is exactly what you want for lattes and cappuccinos that feel cafe-style rather than foamy bath bubbles. There is a short learning curve, sure, but once you understand how to position the pitcher and control the air intake, it becomes predictable and fun to use. It does sit a bit short, so larger pitchers can feel slightly awkward, but that's a minor trade-off. Design-wise, you also get nice touches like a cup warmer on top that actually makes a difference in keeping espresso hot, and controls that don't feel overly complicated. 1. Gevi 20 bar espresso maker. This is the one that feels like the best blend of price, power, and actual day-to-day enjoyment. It's compact, it looks clean on the counter, and it gives you the tools you need to pull real espresso and steam milk properly without feeling like a toy. Underneath, you've got a 20 bar pump and a thermoblock system that heats quickly and keeps brew temps in the sweet spot. Pulling shots on this machine feels satisfying. With a decent grinder, you can get bold, full-bodied espresso that tastes real, not pretend. The flavor profile is strong and consistent, and the factory shot volume is around 2 ounces, which works nicely for most people right out of the box. You can tweak your grind and dose to pull shorter, more intense shots or slightly longer ones depending on your taste, and the machine responds well as you dial things in. The milk side is where this Gevi really earns its keep. The steam wand is powerful enough to create thick, pillowy foam that works beautifully for cappuccinos and lattes. It might not give you competition-level latte art microfoam every time, but once you get your technique down, you can absolutely get silky hot milk that blends perfectly with your espresso. And for real-world use, that's what matters. Does it make a great cappuccino in your actual kitchen? Yes! Usability is also a big plus. The controls are intuitive, the footprint is small, and it doesn't feel like a project every time you want a coffee. Final thought. That's all for today, folks.